What's happening? It's your boy Ross. Yeah. These intros never get any easier to do. Hello ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Ross Hepburn here. It's time to fill you up to date with another vlog that I'm going to do. It's been another good week for me. I did the gig on Friday night at the Tron, which went really well. Uploading the footage for that is going to take a little while because unfortunately I haven't got the right editing software, and since I'm using a DSLR files from a camera are very huge, so it's taken ages to properly upload onto the computer. But I will try and get done as soon as I can. I promise you it will get out. And that's also not only the best thing that's happened this week, because recently I've just been put into the Skinny! This is awesome. This is a cool thing to happen to me. I love it when the Skinny advertise your show, because as much as it's good to advertise through social media and through posters and through flyers, having a Skinny article or any magazine article of any kind is pretty cool to have as well, especially when it's an independent students magazine. But check it out. I'm in the Skinnies, motherfucker! But look at that, I'm in the Skinny, and that's one of my favourite photos that they got of me for the Skinny. So that's pretty cool, but this isn't the first time I've been put in the Skinny. Back in June, when I was doing the science fiction double feature for the second time with me and my comedy partner Des O'Gorman, we decided to put it in the Skinny in there again, and this was the first time that we were put in the Skinny right here. And at this point in time, we just didn't really have anything of a show yet, so what we ended up having was, you know, a much bigger picture like this. And as you can see, there's me there, just as beautiful, and there's Des. And that was pretty exciting at the time as well, so much so that I had to steal 2 copies from me and Des. And, again, it's these little bits of advertising that really kind of, you know, show how willing you want your show to go a long way. And the thing that really sort of topped the cherry on top is when we were featured in The List. Now, The List has a different one to sort of market yourself in, that's the Skinny. With the Skinny, you have to email them and ask them to be put in it. With The List, you have to do it through Facebook. But no, getting yourself put in The List is pretty cool too, because, you know, everybody sees these magazines everywhere they go. But the one thing that really kind of made this one pretty cool for us, even though it's not as important as people make it out to be, if I can find it, should have planned this way before I started. Here we are. Is that our show, the science fiction double feature that we were doing in Glasgow, was featured underneath a picture of Kevin Bridges, who's a much bigger comedian than us, but we are right underneath him there. It says it right there. And that was pretty cool. So yeah, advertising yourself was pretty, in magazines like this, is pretty cool as well. Really beneficial towards the show, because some people will see it in the magazine and come see it, or they'll see the poster and come see it. But one of the weirdest things that I've had to do to really sell myself, or in any sort of cases, when I've actually had to do interviews about myself. The first time I had it done was when I was interviewed for the Sunday Herald magazine. And it was the first time I ever properly interviewed to be seen on a wide spectrum of people. But this magazine was seen all over the place, and like people from cross country was messaging me, talking to me about the article that I did here. This was an interesting experience to do, and it's something that I keep very close to me. And this is the first, this was something really cool. I'd never been interviewed before, just to talk about myself. It was like going for a job interview. And selling yourself for not getting a job that you're wanting. So it was pretty interesting in that regard. But then I got contacted by a friend of mine who I went to high school with, who's now studying journalism, if I could do an interview for his magazine. This little student magazine here, this one called Impulse. And this was cool to do, but this was an easier interview to do because this guy that I went to school with, it was just like talking to him as if I, saw him yesterday or the day after that. And here's the interview here, this was cool as well. I don't know how many people saw this one because I never spoke to anybody who read the Impulse magazine. So yeah, all these magazines and all this coverage is pretty cool for when you're building yourself up and expanding yourself outwards. And they really have been. It's just something nice to have, to know that you've, you're somewhere that you can think would reach a wide audience. One thing to put posters and flyers up before everybody to possibly see this, that's pretty cool as well. I still haven't met anybody who's read any of these little articles, but if it comes up that they have, that's pretty cool to know too. We're 2 weeks away now from the show itself officially, on come Saturday it'll be 2 weeks to the show. I've still got a lot to do. I'll try and keep up to date with the vlogs. I plan to video the rehearsal that we're going to be doing on the day that we're doing a week before the show starts, and I'm going to try and make that a 2-camera thing. All in all, everything seems to be going hunky-dory for the show just now. Still getting high numbers on the Facebook event page. I don't know about ticket sales yet, but I just know that everything seems to be running smoothly as it possibly can be. So, as much as I keep doing that, everything should be fine. Till the next vlog, I'll think about a better intro. That seems to be harder to do than actually making these videos.